Hello and welcome to 110 Yards. I'm Coach Aaron Page, a Canadian coaching American football in Denmark. Today I have with me a really good friend of mine, Artur Pinheiro, aka Shark. I guess to you I can say Tervetuloa and Mito
Yes,
and ¿Cómo estás? Because you're from Spain.
yes, exactly. That was good. Good finish. Almost better than mine though.
Yeah, I picked up a little bit when I was there. So just
Yes.
getting into this, Artur plays for the Kuopio Steelers and recently won a Maple Bowl championship with them. We'll get into that. But starting out, I came with the Spanish because you're originally from Spain. So kind of talk me through. I guess we could start from the beginning where you started playing football in Spain and then kind of moved your way to Finland.
Yes. So well, I started like for you Americans pretty late. I was almost 20 years old. I was 19, something like that, when I really started playing football. And before that, never played football. I was a basketball player and do some kind of other contact sports, kickboxing and stuff. So one friend of mine introduced me to football and I give it a try, and since then I fell in love with the game. I never went back to play basketball or anything else. So yeah, it's totally different game, man. And I just love it. There is no size. That doesn't matter. You just need to ball out.
Yeah.
This is what I love about the sport. Doesn't matter your size, if you like super tall, super small, or your body type, you can just adjust to the game. So it's really good. So I started basically playing in Spain, and before I came to Finland, like I was playing with also Rivas in Madrid, my hometown. And after that, I was talking with a couple of friends of mine. One Finnish guy, like, was playing with us in Osos. He told me like, "Hey man, you should go out there and play." And I was thinking about it. I think it through. I had a chance to go to play college in Mexico, but in the problem that in Mexico the eligibility of age is different than in States. Like the maximum age is around 25, 26. I was already like 22, 23. So by then they told me like I cannot be the whole like scholarship in there because I was already 23. I was kind of old. So I ended up not going there. So
Right.
after that, I was thinking, okay, all that thing that go playing somewhere in Europe like was bumping on my head. So I just started look around, ask, and then I make a profile in Euro players. And after that, one team from Finland hit me up, and I was like, okay, let's do it. It was like a third division team.
Yeah. It was the Eagles, am I not mistaken? Or
No, before Eagles, I played with Lions. It was one team that was Lions.
oh yeah, Loha.
Yeah, yeah.
Lo Lohia.
Lohia,
Yeah.
Lohia Lions. Yes,
But
almost. You said almost
before
right.
you jump into that, I want to just bring up the point you said, about any size. We talked about this with another guy who played O-line on here about how it kind of gives bigger guys like yourself or smaller guys a place to find a home. And I think it's really cool. And
Yes,
that you mentioned that
definitely.
because a lot of people feel that way about the sport. So anyway, sorry, I'll let you
Yeah,
carry on.
yeah. Well, we can talk a little bit about that. It's great, man. Like in if you play soccer, you need to be kind of like super like not skinny but fit and you cannot be too tall. There is tall guys, of course, but there is not many. On if you play basketball, it's the same. You have to be tall. If so there is, of course, small guys, but they are like crazy. They are not from this
Yeah.
world. The ones who
they're few
make
and
it.
they're few and far between.
Exactly. So in football, man, it doesn't matter. Five, like 6'1", 6'7", like 5'3", it doesn't matter, man. If you play the game and you adjust your body to it, if your body type says like, okay, you are better playing O line, D line, or DB, like whatever, and it just will happen, man. Because this is the sport that it is doors wide open for any kind of type of body of person. If you are ready to work, you can just play football, man. If you are ready to work and commit, because it's a really disciplined game.
Yeah.
So more than any that I have been playing before. So I'm really glad I found it, man. Shout out to my guy. Miguel was the guy who introduced me to this. So he introduced me and I fell in love with the sport.
And you play defensive line primarily. And
I
what
started playing
what
O line though.
you started playing O line, but Is that, and that's was my question was going to be, what brought you to Finland? Your O-line play or your D-line play?
D line. And I start playing. O line was a little bit boring for me because also I can say that in Spain it's totally different system than out here in Finland. In Finland is more developed, more mobile. In Spain was kind of like old fashioned. So I didn't find my place, O line, and then they try and put me out in D line, and I feel really comfortable. I could move, I can use my speed, I can use my body. I just liked it, man. I just like it. I felt comfortable playing defense. Since then, I just stick to it. And sometimes I went out to the field and played as a O line if it needed to, but I didn't want to. But if I have to help, then I was like, okay, I can go play. And so since then, since I put my step on in Finland, never like played O-line again, like full game and stuff. I somehow some practices I help and stuff, but it was like truly D-line. Like I became like a 99% of D-line and maybe 1% of O-line, but it was like all in with the D-line. I've just fell in love with the position.
And so, what ultimately led you to signing with Kuopio? I know you'd played there for what is it? How many years? 3 years now.
Like 2 years and 2 years. Like I started in 2009, season 2019, and last year 2020.
So your first season with the Kuopio was when I was there coaching the women's team.
Exactly. That was my first season. Yes. Yes. And yeah.
It was a real treat to watch you play. I mean, that season, I watched you score a touchdown. Was that your first time scoring a touchdown?
Oh man, that play was crazy, man. And actually, that is a definition that how you can adjust the meat, because that play, I can tell you, it was a totally mistake. It was a screenplay, and both of defensive ends, we didn't at all see that. We didn't. We just went all in, boom. So I guess my luck was because I thought the quarterback was about to throw it. I jumped, but I saw that the ball slipped from his hand. So what I tried to do, and you can see the video, I tried to come down like this, and then I had the instinct. I picked it right away. I just picked it from the air, and then Yanni came from the other side, and he was about to tackle the quarterback. Actually, when I picked the ball, he didn't see that. He cleaned the table for me. So I just went like all in. And after 2 steps, I was like, okay, I'm still running on my feet. How is this possible? And I couldn't see anything. I was like a racehorse like this, and I couldn't see and relax, chill. I just went to the house, man.
Yeah.
And then I looked back when I was about to score, and I was like, well, now I can stop. Like when it was like 10-yard like line, I was like, okay, now I can just chill. I just slowed down and went through the end zone, like to make sure I had the ball until the end. I don't want to make any stupid thing to drop it out before. So I went. You can see how I go deep, and then I come back to my teammates, and everybody starts celebrating. We went crazy, man.
Yeah, that was actually, I was super excited for you on the sideline. I was probably running down, and you were gone. Yeah, I never seen you move faster.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit,
yeah.
like, let's go. And man, it was all history. And actually, what I liked the most, it wasn't the fact that I scored the touchdown, but how the team reaction, how we embraced it all together. Everybody came to the field. The referees didn't say anything. How the crowd was yelling my name, and it was a special moment.
Yeah.
And I have to say that how you can like overcome a mistake if you just keep pushing. That's the game, man. You make a mistake, just assume it and keep going, man. And that's why I made the play, because it was out from a mistake. So I just keep playing, man. I didn't say, oh shoot, like I fucked it up. It was a screen. I just was like, okay, now I have to go. And then I got it, man. So it was really cool.
Yeah, and what's it like coming? You played in Spain, you played for a few teams in Finland, but when you get to the Steelers, that's in the Maple League. So those games are, the top. It's the best, one of the best in Europe. And those games are played televised. And what's it like to have that kind of atmosphere? where people don't necessarily realize that this is a serious production. They have halftime interviews,
Yeah,
and you get
yeah,
like really great highlights. They show
yes,
replays. Like, what's it like
yes.
to play in that atmosphere?
It feels like coming from Spain. Now actually in Spain, they're doing like more like are putting more out there the things and trying to make some interviews. But back then it was not even close. Some games wasn't even streamed and stuff. So once I get to the in Kuopio and play and see how it was the atmosphere before the games, after the game, it was great, man. It was really nice to see myself like watching the games when we had to watch the games review and think. It was really awesome to see different angles and how it was really professional. Like overall, it's like a really professional thing. You can see yourself pretty good. Like everything is clear. You can see the whole field is awesome, man. I cannot even describe it. It's like it was great. It's great, you know.
I agree. An organization like the Steelers, one of the top, you know, in Finland, and now the top after winning the Maple Bowl, you know, going through that heartache last year of losing the Maple Bowl, and then coming out this year, you guys had a stellar season, and then you ultimately won the championship. How does that feel? You know, to be part of a program that worked its way up and got to that pivotal moment with Coach Pekka and all the great people involved with the organization.
Yeah, actually, I have one thing to say. Like before, like the year that you were here and we lost, the year before, the first year that Kuopio Steelers got into the Maple League, they lost against Roosters the Maple Bowl. So this was the third year. So we lost the first two, and then the third we won it. So it was good. It was like now it's paying off. Like people was starting to get tired of getting to the Maple Bowl, not winning. It was awesome. Like it was like it finally happened. Like there is the charm, they say. So it was great, man. Like all the guys, people were not even believing. Like people from who has been in this organization from years and years came, talked to us, thank us, and we were so like it was so like family thing, and having this like people who's been running Steelers for so long telling us that like congratulations. For me, I feel honored, man, to bring this to the town. Like they've been working their way so hard during all these years that finally we'd get the job done, and I was part of it. So it was really, I'm feeling really grateful for the experience. It was
Yeah,
really nice thing to live. Yes.
I love my time there in Kuopio. It's a great organization. Um, and I spoke with Matthias on here. He was another player there.
Yes.
And Kuopio, they bring in a lot of guys from around Europe. And how does that feel for you, being another European import, as they say, to be around guys like Kidel King or is it Luis F. Chapong? I'm probably saying his name wrong, but the German guy.
Yeah.
Kidel, actually, I've seen him play in Canada. He played at a school 2.5 hours away from me at St. FX University. So that's kind of a neat connection I have with that. But does it feel sort of like a smaller fraternity of guys? You have the Americans that come over, yeah, we know that, but to have other Europeans there that get to move in and get brought in to help a team be better, do you have a special bond with those guys?
Well, like with some guys, yes, we do have like special bond, but most of us we want to have like that bond with the whole team overall.
Yeah,
I'm especially that kind of guy who doesn't like to just make the small group of just imports or just Europeans or just Americans. I like to gather all the people together because that reflects on the field. So it's great to see another like Europeans coming out there and play ball that like we are basically showing that we can play too, even we don't have these many years behind us or super coaching or good stuff. We are showing out there like we can ball too. We just need the tools. So being as a European player who's been playing like different teams as an import, I always trying to gather the whole team together because it makes the spirit stronger on the field. It can be locals, Americans, Europeans, or whatever. I always trying to get all the guys together to work. Like that's how you make like championship team, like all together, all with the same goals and stuff like that. So I think that was my way to think. Like I don't want to make like small groups, but gather all everybody. So that's what we were trying to do. So many guys, and it worked. Sometimes it didn't work. So, but I'm really glad that we got this group of guys who can make the job done, and it was really good.
Yeah,
You know?
and you say that you like to bring everyone together. I really got that vibe from you when I was there. When we go for lunch with the other guys, and
Yeah.
just the way you were around the team. And you're right. Like, I'm not taking away from the Finnish and domestic players there, because the talent level is crazy. Like, when you're talking about playing D line against these big Finnish boys that I don't know what they eat, calicuco and all that. All they get big. They grow them big out there. So it's a
Oh
challenge,
man,
definitely.
man. Oof, I would say like Finnish the line, all line, man. They are big. They are big and strong. They can move. So I'm telling you that these guys, many of them, has a lot of talent, but problem is that there is no many like resources or to put out there and show these guys, because there is many Finnish all line that have been like seen like playing ball like there is no tomorrow. So these guys play ball, man.
Yeah,
The problem is that no media like shows that the whole thing. There is all the time the picture of the American imports and all of that, and some Europeans, but like the problem, and I don't like to see is like many locals play really good ball, and they don't get enough credit, especially guys in the O line and D line. We get the dirty job done, and we don't get any recognition.
that's true. There's not a lot of stat categories for O line, or if any.
Nothing,
And then
nothing.
D line, you got your sacks and your tackles, but yeah, it's not
We
the
got
same.
something, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
like O-line has nothing. I mean, when you watch a game and you see those 30, 40 run games or passes, we just see the people who throws the ball and the people who gets the ball, but we don't see the guys who are stopping the other guys to get there, or open the gaps and stuff like that. And that there is no stats for that.
yeah,
There is no stats.
it's just them that they take pride in protecting the quarterback. And I guess when you have 100 yards in a game, rushing, that's really falls on the five guys that basically are the heartbeat of the offense. And so,
Yes.
before we move on, I want to just get it for the video version. Let's see that ring. Let's see
Oh
that
yeah,
ring.
man.
Yeah.
Look at this beauty, man.
Oh, wow. Steelers.
Yes. Steelers, man. Here is like last name, number. Yeah, it is, man.
Nice, man.
Yeah. 21-0, man.
Yeah, hang on to that. Hang on to that thing. So,
Yeah,
okay,
shout out to my people, man.
you're now in Finland, uh, pretty permanently. You've recently started a new business, so I want to talk to you how that's going.
Yes. Well, that's going good. Still, people needs to know like that I started the business here in Kuopio, and I'm starting this nutritional sports supplements that there is no other in Kuopio. So I'm the only one. But the problem is like now I'm trying to get everybody to know. So it's starting slowly, but little by little, it's getting like more strength. So I started like in the end of December. I went and I'm doing shopping shop with other friends of mine who are like circus like artists. So they sell many kind of circus things. So I'm there because it kind of matches because there are many athletes like pole dance and all of that. They sell things, so they come to buy too. So we kind of are mixed. I have my corner and I have also a website. So I wanted to start it because in Kuopio there is so many athletes. We have the soccer team, we have the hockey team, we have American football, we have volley, and there is no such a physical like a nutritional supplement sport like shop. So I wanted to bring it here because people like the thing to buy online, but sometimes you want to see go and touch the product, how it looks like, how
Yeah,
I can take these, because so I wanted to bring that to the city. So let's see how it goes, man. But it's going good. It's going good, little
I
by
think it's
little.
I think it's great. And you're a big guy. Every time I went to the gym, you were already there asking me, man, why are you late? Like, I've been in here doing putting in work. So I think it's I think it's great you found something that relates to what you do as far as football and athletics, and you can put your
Yeah,
heart and
man.
soul into it.
Yes, exactly.
Another thing you put your heart and soul into is music.
Yes, it
And
is. Yes, indeed, man. Yes.
uh, I, check out your IG, and I remember back in the day when I was in Kuopio, you're telling me you got some, you were on the hip hop scene in Spain for a little while, and you continue with that, and what, or is music just sort of an outlet for you to get out your thoughts?
Well, it is like that, but also when I have to say, like, before I started like playing football like more seriously, I was like doing shows. I have a lot of gigs. I used to have a group, and then kind of the group fell apart. I was doing solo and with one of my friends who was from the group. We were doing some music and stuff. A little by little, it like we just put it on hold.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that was on hold. I was playing football, and then I got the chance to come and play to Finland. So that's been in hold like for long, because in Spain the group it was getting little by little bigger and bigger, but then we just put it in a hold. We were like, okay, we will stop for now and figure out. So I started like doing this for American football and stuff, focusing on that. Also, always like writing my songs and thinking when I had time. But then last year, like in the beginning and in January, like a year ago, I decided to put a song out. I had a song there that nobody heard about anything. It was recorded in Spain, and I was like, well, now it's time that I put it out there so my people can hear it. So the name is Oscuro. That means dark. I talk a little bit about society and what I feel about it. So it's like, like social like thing, talking like with a good beat and good rhythm. So basically, little by little, I'm trying to get it back. That I get on track, like doing video clips, gigs. I actually last summer I got one gig in Kuopio. We were doing one streaming with one like we were different artists and we gathered together. So we had this little gig. It was like years since I did anything, so it felt really great, man. So
Yeah.
now I'm trying to do a video clip from my song. So let's see.
I like your earlier stuff. I've saw the clips on your Instagram. It's got that kind of that that raw, early hip hop kind of feel to it.
Yeah, man.
It kind of it hits you like it's some of it's like I don't understand the Spanish, but it's like I could listen to that, pre-game. It gets you kind of pumped up
Yes.
and ready to rock. So
Yeah, that's how I feel, man. That's me, that's the energy that you give the people. That's what I don't like nowadays, like hip hop. Like it's not there is no soul on it. Like when I trying to rap, I trying to put my soul. You can see me giving everything. So that's what I'm trying to do. So next soon I tried like to do around this month and February, like a video clip. So I will put it out there probably.
yeah, and
I will. You will be the first one to see it.
yeah, perfect. We'll link your nutrition website and your Spotify in the video
Spotify.
on YouTube. But um, what do you think of the? Because the Finnish rap group, they did a song about the Steelers, and what do you think of the Finnish rap scene as far as like what you've seen out there? And they do the freestyle nights at one of the bars. I went to see, I went to see that. I got up there, did a little thing, but it wasn't very good. So what are you
Well,
thinking of?
it's kind of it's like it's a fun song. It's not like this raw like rap. I wouldn't even consider rap. It's kind of a little bit more pop-ish.
Hmm.
It's kind of like family thing that everybody can listen to it. Actually, it's definitely not a song that I would put it for me like a pre-game song. But for family who comes to watch the games and enjoys it, it's good. So it depends what style. If you are with your family and kids, you don't want this raw rap. That is the perfect thing for the Saturday like evening or Friday night lights song for the crowd. That's for the crowd for sure.
Yeah,
For the
definitely.
players, we listen totally differently. We
Yeah,
need to get the
everyone's got their
motivation.
own little
Yeah,
playlist they got.
man. Yeah, yeah. We need something raw, because that's the game. The game
Yeah,
is raw. It's not something easy. So we need to activate ourselves. It's like a good pre-workout, like good music, man.
yeah. And so I'm gonna jump back to the D line stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Now, playing defensive line, a lot of people they think, at a glance that okay, you're bumping into that guy in front of you, and you're running to make a tackle, but there's a lot more that goes into it as far as like handwork, what gap, scheme aside,
Yeah.
whether it's gap or two gap or whatever. What are you looking for? Let's say in the first two series against a guy you're going up against the whole game. What are you trying to
Footwork.
see early on, and then how are you taking advantage of that later on down the line?
The first thing that I see is the footwork. If I'm gonna try to outwork you, like because that is our thing as a D line. We have to adjust. I mean, it depends what kind of footwork the O line has. If it's fast or strong, how it leans this way, leans that way. So for me, it's like footwork. That's the first thing that I'm watching. How he moves. Then I watch the feet, and after that, I try to watch the hands because that's two things that I don't want on me, like his hands, or I don't want him to get like his footwork better than mine. Because if O line has a better footwork than you, you're done. As a D line, you are done. Doesn't matter if the guy is like you are much stronger than him. If he can outwork your footwork, you are done because he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there on the middle and block you. He's gonna be there, and you're gonna that time that he's putting your hands on you. If you're stronger, he's taking that time from you. So people are like really underrating the D line, saying now you guys is easy. You just shoot the gap and that's it. No, we actually as a D line we don't want to fight the O line. We want to get out there as fast as possible, so we get no hands on us. So if I get no hands on me, I'm gonna get faster to the running back or the quarterback. So that's what is really important to watch the footwork. You watch the footwork, you can move and adjust and see how you can step, how you can trick. You have to make him think, not you that you have to think. So like we watch a lot of you have to watch a lot of film, and
Yeah.
you have to see the guy that you have in front and the other guy that is in the other side too. You have to see the whole picture because mostly it's like two like double team situation. You have two guys on you, and you have to like make it work that they don't push you back.
And double teamed, are you a guy that likes to sink those double teams, pull down, drop the knee, or are you more just taking it on it with brute force?
It depends. It really depends what kind of situation. Like if he's, I mean, third and one, I'm just sink in there and make a pile so nobody. I usually, if I take the double team, I try to grab the middle one guy and turn my hip so the other guy cannot block me from.
Hmm.
So from there, I just trying to get my hands on off him to do that. So I usually fight the like half of a man. I don't drop my knee, but I like to hit with my hip.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like pretty like stable on the ground. My feet like I'm like there that they don't push me because usually you do that they cannot put their hands on your back. It happens, but I like to fight like half a guy and like use my hip against the other guy.
And the the game within the game is what you're talking about here, like and playing with them. But I want to say your style of play, if there was a player that that's more well known, like NFL, that you model your game after, who would that be, and why? Who do you like to look for inspiration as far as D line goes?
As NFL players, there is couple. It depends. For example, Aaron Donald, amazing guy, short. He has good leverage. It's just something to watch. He makes the problem where Aaron Donald is gonna fool you every time. You watch it, you are like, oh, that's easy. You try it, there is no way, man. There is just no way. That's the problem. You have to be really careful who you look for because if you're trying to do the things that Aaron Donald does, man, you are gonna fail because that guy make it like he's natural. Like when you like supernatural. Like he's
Yeah.
natural. He's a natural guy. You're like, well, I can do that. That's easy because you see him doing this, moving the head, doing that, and you're like, I can do that. And then you go and you're like, No, no. So he's one of the players that I look, and also Ndamu Konsu was,
Yeah,
because of he's like he's a beast. He's a big guy. I kind of like have that kind of body type of his. Like he's tall and also big, fast. I like Ndamu Konsu and Aaron Dono are the two guys that I look, definitely.
nice. And I can see that too. Definitely the Dominican Sue, and maybe some DeForest Buckner in there, like the Colts guy. So in closing, I like always just to ask like kind of a interesting question every time. And what for you was your favorite aside from winning the Maple Bowl, because obviously that's number one. But what was your favorite moment from the season, on or off the field with the Steelers this year, and or even last year? I'm curious and would like to know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you that you mentioned these 2 seasons. I'm gonna tell you one from each. The first one was because when I played with Eagles, I lost to Wolverines in the championship in the first division. Actually, it's a second division, but they call it here like first division, but it's the second. So after like being with Eagles, that we got a terrible loss in the finals whatsoever. The game was that when we won the Wolverines, that was great. We won because we lost the first game that we played against them in Helsinki.
Yes.
Then we won the second one at home. That was like I got something, but I needed more. That actually was the one that I scored the touchdown.
That's
I was
true.
really happy. I was really happy that was Wolverines. And I was like, well, I did it to this team that I had this little thing inside me, because the year before it happened, what happened. And then we won them on the playoff game. So what else could I ask? That was the moments that I say, I don't even care about the touchdown. It's more that we won and beat Wolverines. After that, it was out of my chest. After that, I was like, well, I have nothing personal with this.
I love it.
After that was all done. I was like, I did mine. I did my part. I got a touchdown on them, sacks, tackle for loss. We won. That was the important thing. Next. Then this year, I'll just say, and I think like most of like people who played last season in Finland think the same. The first game, Corona season, man. Nobody, no country was playing, and we got to play. Just getting out of the field, everybody watching, everybody in Europe, in America, like we got this with the American Football International, it is maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They are like picking the streams from Ruutu, so they're showing out there. Everybody can watch. That was awesome. Just knowing, okay, your first game, everybody will watch in Finland and all around the globe, man. Anybody could watch it, so that was the good experience to just think that anybody can watch
I
us
was
play.
watching it from Canada.
Yeah, so imagine that. And also we got to play when we got canceled, and we in the beginning we weren't supposed to play, so we played like half season. So the first game was like, whoa, we will play. And everybody like, wow, guys, you lucky. That was awesome, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. It was a wonderful season, and I was glad to see Kuopio come out on top. I watched that game, but I want to thank you for coming on. This was awesome, man. We got to learn about your new business, and we're gonna post your music link in the video description. And yeah, man, it's always good to talk to a friend like you and I. We had a good bond when I was there, and
Yes,
I
definitely,
appreciate you
man.
quite a bit.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, man. You were like, it was, oh, what is Aaron, man? Did you the funny guy, like you were always putting this like little thing out there that all around you, when we were around you, we were all happy, laughing. So it was a good experience, man. Like to
Thanks,
have
man.
you around, we were laughing, your stories, and it was great, man.
Yeah,
I fucking
appreciate
hate
that.
it. Yes,
Okay,
I
man.
appreciate you, man.
Take care, bro.